drugs, and they bug out.
Right.
They go down to the basement, get the shotgun, the pipe bombs, and all that shit, machine guns, come upstairs, kill their family, and then go out to the school.
Right. And then wake up the next day saying, "What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? Where was I?"
Black man get high, he start becoming a genius.
Right.
All type of ideas start coming to his head.
Right. You know.
Yeah. Well, see, that's because remember everybody ain't allowed at the dinner table.
Right.
You know what they say? Many come, but few are chosen. I remember in Vietnam, brother, a joint used to be the size of a pencil. And you couldn't smoke it. Not the whole thing. Nigga smoke that shit and get butt naked, run out in the bush. We gotta go out in the bush to get this nigga. These niggas is shooting and killing and throwing bombs and grenades. And we gotta run out there and get this nigga because he done got high as a kite and he running out there in the bush butt naked.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
A shopping bag of marijuana was $5. I'm talking chunky black, chunky red, Panama gold. $5 for a shopping bag. A bag like that right there. Now niggas is smoking and this shit ain't got seeds.
Right. I mean, no sense. Right.
So you're not smoking marijuana.
Smoking something else. Right. That's true.
And when you eat fruits that ain't got no seeds, the little brother's growing breasts. And the sisters get menstrual cycles at 7 and 8 years old.
Total genetically
GMO. A genetically modified organism.
That's genetically tearing your system, your DNA up.
Yeah. It used to take 3 days to get marijuana out your system. Now it take a year.
Yeah.
What's the name?
It's under
Shabazz TV.
Shabazz TV.
Oh, brother, we had a Mason at the place on 53rd Street the other day. Yo, can you pull that up? Can you show it?
I got the video. I'll pull it up. I got you. Let me see. Here you go. These headphones.
I mean, this dude, he was ear hustling us from the time we got in the place. Walking around, eavesdropping. Started asking me questions. I told him, I said, yo, you must be an FBI agent or an informant. Told him straight up. Nigga, you don't ask me no questions. Yo, what's your ex? What do the ex mean?
Why you wrapping it up? Let's see.
What the questions the FBI agents ask? The first one. No. I got all the lessons. You got you got the information. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's Brother Shabazz, your little brother in the wilderness. We're here with some of my great brothers and sisters. Hey, would y'all please introduce yourselves? Because I want the world to know that we with the best.
Prince Imagine.
Sister Latonica, peace everyone.
Brother Rojo Rael, powerful pioneers. Ashe.
Yes, sir. And my brother Daniel back there in the back, the quiet one today.
Hey, what up? Hey, what up, y'all? Little Brown Village. I'm chilling out. I'll be back with shout outs to good brother Shabazz Allah. You know what I'm saying? Kick it.
We We're here discussing nationhood and how to best utilize the skills of the individuals in the nation so that we become a collective. We like running around being individuals, but ain't no individual going nowhere. A nation is about the collective. You have a fist, open hand, 5 fingers. But when they clench up together and unite, they get work done. When they open, but they unite, they get work done. When they're separate, you might slip through. We are still gullible. What I mean by gullible, we're still prone to being tricked. When my lessons say, can the devil fool the Muslims? I beg your pardon, no sir, not nowadays. We ain't about being tricked no more. So when the devil comes to you and tells you that I'm going to depopulate the planet by 2 billion people, and you go along with this trickery, the word depopulate is a code word that means genocide. He tells you, wear the mask and the gloves, sanitize your hands all day long. The more you put sanitizing lotion, alcohol on your hand, you strip layers of thin skin off your hands, which allows you to become susceptible to any bacteria once there is no covering on the hand. 2, he tells you, wear gloves and a mask. If you keep the mask and the gloves on, you breathe in clean air and push out dirty air. But with the mask on, if you push the dirty air out, it goes into the mask. So now you're breathing the dirty air back and forward, giving yourself an illness. Then he tops it off with telling you, you must stay 6 feet away from each other. Same distance in the graveyard. But you ain't paying attention to none of this. When have you known him to tell you he would give you $100 and a gift card to take a shot? And all of the people that took the shot ain't got their 100 yet. They just got the blank gift card. But soon as somebody in the street promise you some money and don't give it to you, you ready to go crazy. But this man promised you $100, ain't gave it to you, and you ain't said a damn thing yet. Thug. Gangster.
Hey, Brother Shabazz, they want to know where you've been.
Well, your brother, remember I told you all, I said I speak when Allah allow me to speak. I don't get on here just to say anything, because y'all have enough of that. You have enough of I want to be's. But your brother here being very attentive to the things that are happening within our circumference. I don't want us to think that we can just use the YouTube as a platform for fame and notoriety, because that's all people are using it for. They're not getting up here and telling you the truth. Sometimes you got to tell the truth even if it hurt their feelings. But rather than tell you the truth, they're going to tell you shit they think you want to hear. Why? So you can come to the next lecture. They're going to start telling you the woman is God. Why? Because they know when they have lectures that women spend the majority of the money. I had to ask one brother, so since she's God, why you had God selling her ass in the street? Oh, brother, don't talk to me that way. You telling me she God. I'm asking you, if she God, why did you have her on whole stroke? This is what you do to your God. See, all of us that was stupid yesterday ain't stupid today. Stupidity is like that demon. I don't know if y'all remember the movie with Denzel Washington. Every time the demon wanted to get somebody, all he had to do was touch him.
Prophecy.
And the demon jumped from one person to the next person to the next. Well, see, stupidity is like that. Stupidity jumps from one person to the next person to the next person. It can't stay anywhere where there's a thriving or a yearning to know. If you're a believer, you're subject to stupidity. Because belief is a doubt. It has nothing to do with knowing. It has to do with what you assume something might be. And as a child, you believed. But now that you're a grown person, why do you still act like a child? It's time for us to know things. I would rather know that the child is mine than believe that it's mine. I would rather know that you are sitting next to me than believe you're sitting next to me. I would like to know that if I jump off the roof, I can't fly, than to jump off that shit and think and believe I can fly. You understand? We have to put the childish things aside and begin to deal with the things that are actual facts. This is why we was taught whenever you want to control the devil in a conversation, keep him in history. Don't let him talk to you about the reptilians and all this stupid foolishness that don't exist. Keep that nigga in history. You only been here 6,000 years. Of the 6,000, only 4,000 have you been out the caves. And it took 2,000 for you to get an education. So that means only 2,000 years have you been running around here playing. Yes, but we told you about Egypt. Well, let me ask you this. How come every time you find bones, ancient bones, you never find bones of a man? Why did you point to me and tell me Egypt is the cradle of civilization? When there is no such thing as an Egyptian. In reality, who was it that went into Egypt and built up Egypt? The Nubians. Don't push them out the picture. You understand? Because now the pyramid builders and the mound builders, you have pyramid builders over here, where we are right now. You have more pyramids in North America than you do in Egypt. They're known as mound builders. When it comes to inventions, no one has done more inventing than the people over here in North America. I'm talking about these so-called descendants of slaves. Every gimmick, every toy you're playing with, we invented it. Not nobody else. We did this. And we wasn't even in our right state of mind. Your greatest musicians in the world were dope fiends. Just imagine if we were straight. But as dope fiends, Miles Davis and all of them invented a music that can't never be duplicated or compared or played with. Improvisation. One man stand up and start blowing, then the next man come in and blow and sync with that, and then the next man get on the drums and get in sync with that, the next man get on the piano and get in sync with that. Everybody getting in sync, but they ain't got nothing wrote out, ain't nothing structured for this to come about. But yet they do it. And you talking about how we are? Nigga, we ain't never gonna know who we are as long as we around somebody else dictating to us their way. You are never gonna be free until you have space. And in that space, you dictate what it is that you're doing. We have to Master ourselves. Stop trying to master everybody else and everything else. Master you. You looking for God? Look inside of you. Stop looking out in space. You're amazed at the devil going up to the moon. Nigga, when the black man to go to the moon, he went between his woman's legs. Because she's the moon. You're the sun and the children of the stars. This is why it's known as the greatest flag ever. Why? Because no matter where you go, you will find a sun, a moon, and a star. It don't matter what universe you go in. But you still want to copy and emulate this person. When you get money, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to go take a trip to the Dominican Republic, Brazil. Why? Why are you taking a trip to them places? Because you trying to go chase some women, nigga. Just like he was doing. You ain't going there to help nobody. This is why Castro chased all them niggas out of Cuba. That's why they don't like him. But check this out. Cuba ain't got no standing army. But don't nobody attack Cuba. Why is that? What do Cuba have that the rest don't? Whenever black countries throughout the world get sick, who's the first to send doctors? Cuba. If you need to go to school to get educated to become a doctor, free of charge, Cuba. Education, Cuba. But he got you thinking Cuba is a communist country. Little Cuba. Cuba is like that cup in comparison to all of that equipment up there. But yet, don't nobody run over there. And Cuba got all the big boys backing her. What did Adolf Hitler tell America during World War II? He said, look, God gonna punish y'all because y'all stole his jewels. And the dude that was interviewing him said, what do you mean by Jews? I mean, you took the black man and made him a slave. And that God gonna punish you for. See, everybody know who we were except us. We the only ones don't know who we are. We the only ones don't know our worth. Everybody wants the black woman in America. But the black man and the black woman in America can't get along. Ain't that some shit? The devil know how to control you. He controls your society by separating the man and the woman. This is how you control the people. Long as you can keep that woman and that man at odds with each other, you can control them till the death do you part. And we ain't understanding how this game is played. Willie Lynch game was played before the 1700s. That ain't got nothing to do with no Willie nigga Lynch. He was doing that and from April 1st, 1555 right on up. Why you think Virginia is such an important place? Because that's where they brought the first niggas. There was only 19 niggas on the ship. The white man got you believing that he brought 100 million niggas. Nigga, a trip was 30 days. Let's say he got 300 on a ship. 30 days. Do the math. Ain't no way he could have brought that many niggas over here. A lot of the slave trade was between the Caribbean and here. The only slave that America were bringing here up until the late 1700s was Muslims. Go to the shipping docks. Do your research. You ever see the movie The Godfather? Look at the movie when the blacks was coming off the ships. What was their names? Bay, Ill. They showed you this in the movie. We ain't just started doing this. But every time you get to doing you, the first thing he tell you is don't mess with that shit. 9/11, he had niggas scared to say salam alaikum. Niggas took their garb off, took their children and their wives out of their Muslim garb. All of this.
Alone No More says, just learn something. Miss you, brother Spaz. Miss this guy so much. And Tyrone Harrison says, tell people about the devil. A lot of people still don't know who he is.
The devil is Yaku's grafted skunk, the colored man. He is an individual that was taken or grafted from you. When man was originally placed, and there's never been a time when man was not. The only man was the original man, Asiatic black man, maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth, father of all civilization, and God of the universe. Was no other people. The brown, the red, and the yellow came from you. You the father. There is no people that you're not the father of. There is no people that you're not the mother of. Everybody come from you. This is why they hate your ass so much. Because after you done fucked up, trying to kill your mother and father, do you really want to admit that that's your mother and father? Because now the whole world begin to see you as really a savage. You mean you knew that was your mother and father? You was trying to kill them all this time? And you ain't been able to kill them? You've been trying for damn near 500 years and you ain't been able to kill them? You done killed everything else. Before 1492. From 1492, there was 55 million Native Americans here. As of July 4th, 1930, there was only 2 million Native Americans left. You do the math. That was perpetual genocide. They not talking about that. 53 million people, men, women, and children. And you niggas got the nerve to celebrate Thanksgiving? Then you celebrate Easter? Well, nigga, where's the chicken for Easter? Because rabbits don't lay eggs. We have surrounded ourselves with liars, manipulators, provocateurs, shysters, chameleons, slicksters, and tricksters. I'm going to leave y'all with this story my brother gave me. He said there was a slickster, one of the baddest slicksters in the world. And the death angel came to get the slickster. And when he came to get the slickster said, ho, 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 ho. Wait a minute, Death Angel. I said, damn, I ain't ready to go yet. Death Angel said, nigga, if your name on the list, you got to go. He said, nah, man, but see, that's what's fucked up. You don't never compromise with a brother. Sit down and have a drink with me. So the Death Angel sat down and had a drink with him. And then the Death Angel nodded out. The slickster erased his name off the top of the list and put it at the bottom. So when the Death Angel woke up, the Death Angel said, you know, I think you're right. I'm going to compromise with you. I ain't going to start at the top of the list. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list. See, the slickster was so slick, he out-slicked his damn self. He'd have left shit alone, he'd be alive. The moral of the story is you can't trick God. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.
How was that, man?